Today is the anniversary of our 6th week. This is it.
Yes,
6 weeks
this
on
is
the
it.
air. We normally would have found ourselves over in Walcott, but we're not.
Yeah,
And we like being here. You know who was in Walcott?
I do indeed. A dear friend, Linda Garner-Bunch. Linda, good morning.
Mac.
Hey, let's say one more time, Linda. Let's get a little hello in there, by the way. One more time, because we got the first part of it cut off. Good morning to you, managing editor of The Trucker, Linda Garner-Bunch.
Good morning to you, Dave Nemo Show, Dave and Jimmy Mac.
Good morning. Now, you still in Walcott?
No, we got home about midnight. I have
Okay.
had all of 4 hours sleep, and I am running on coffee.
That's trucking.
Welcome.
And radio, too, by the
I'm
way.
not even a trucker. I just share the news.
Yeah.
So let's kind of set the scene for us, Linda. Talk about your experience there. So you guys spent a nice chunk of change over there. You guys probably spent a nice chunk of change on pork chops as well. But talk about set the scene for us. What was it like this year? Was it different from other years? What was the same? What did you count on, and what did you notice different happening over at Walcott?
Well, we rolled in on Wednesday night and got there bright and early on Thursday before the show even started. And it was hot. Imagine an asphalt pavement parking lot in the middle of a cornfield in August or July, whatever month we're in. But it was great. We had about 80 competitor trucks plus a whole slew of antique trucks. We had a little bit of bad weather, and Friday evening's activities were completely rained out. In fact, law enforcement was there evacuating the parking lot because of a tornado that actually hit in Davenport.
Holy cow.
So this was a little bit different than usual, but the drivers were there. Everyone was excited to be there. That's my favorite part about the Truckers Jamboree is meeting these drivers and the owners of the truck and seeing how proud they are of what they do and their equipment that they use. And it's just amazing. I always come away with a lot of new friends.
Let me kind of follow this up saying, and it's like a strange logistical question. So it starts raining. How quickly were they able to kind of get things reset and get everybody out of harm's way while at the same time then being able to kind of return to the Truckers Jamboree full throttle? I mean, was it like a symphony or was it like a mad, chaotic rush to safety?
It was a mad, chaotic rush. On Thursday evening, it started pouring rain during the concerts, which they were still able to perform most of them. But the fireworks show was done in the rain simply because all the fireworks were already in place and they were going to be ruined if they did not use them because there was no time to get them dry. So drivers and attendees watched fireworks from the cabs of their trucks. They were hiding in tents. I mean, it was a downpour. Everything flooded. Friday night was when the real excitement happened. Micro was just finishing up his appearance with Load Pay. Y'all know Micro, the Dirtiest Jobs guy?
Oh, yeah. Theater major, by the way. Theater major, Mike Rowe. I just want to point that out to everybody. I say that as a point of pride. He knows how to put on a good performance, and he can get dirty on a job, too. Mm-hmm. Good dude.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was a theater minor. But they wound up evacuating everyone. I think a lot of the drivers wound up staying in their trucks with the 60-mile-an-hour winds. They said they were knee-deep in water out on that lot. They finally had to cancel all of Friday night's activities, and then we picked back up again on Saturday morning, and it was a beautiful day Saturday. Hot as Hades, but beautiful, sunny. Everything was drying off, and we had a great awards ceremony. It was amazing, but, yeah, Friday night was really chaotic. Let's just say the truck stop was full to capacity. The restaurants the Iowa 80 kitchen was full to capacity. The food court was full to capacity. And we still had a lot of drivers out in their trucks. In fact, we had to go and rescue one of my friends who was stuck in her truck. And so that was kind of interesting. But we got her out of her truck and into the truck stop. And eventually the rain stopped, and we did not have to find an ark and float away with a bunch of animals.
Wow.
It
What
was
about
kind of dicey for a while. Later, we discovered that there was a funnel cloud dropping and forming very close to the truck stop. And,
Yeah, we know about funnel clouds, Linda. We live right by Lake Pontchartrain. We know all about the clouds of funnel. We know them, man.
oh, tell me about it.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
in Arkansas. I'm just north of you in Tornado Alley.
Ooh.
Tornado Alley is
But
an 8-lane
then-
superhighway
and then
now.
Evidently, a tornado did hit a Walmart in Davenport, Iowa, which is just a few miles south. So it's a good thing they shut everything down for the night. So we did not get to hear Little Texas, the headliner band, but they're hoping to get them back next year. Time will tell, so keep your fingers crossed for the Iowa 80 crew. They are a great group of people, and they're doing their best to get this entertainment out, and no one can control the weather.
How did the big tent hold up?
Not that great.
I remember
big
back in the
tent-
earliest years of the Expediter Expo, Lawrence McCord and Expeditors was mentioned a little bit earlier. Back when it was at the Detroiter, up or the Detroiter truck stop, and we had a bad rainstorm, and they had the big circus tent out there, and half of it collapsed in the rain, and it was just those tents are really something.
Oh, man. Well, we were lucky then because the big tent did not completely collapse or even halfway collapse.
That's
There
impressive.
was a lot of flooding. Vendors lost some merchandise. The main issue was in the open air tents that line, the ones that
the little booths,
line up out by the show lot.
Yeah.
A lot of those, the stakes shifted and they lost a lot of merchandise to flooding, even though most of the exhibitors knew to keep things up off the ground because there are two things you can be guaranteed you're going to experience at Walcott. One is extreme heat and humidity. That's actually two things. And the other is it's going to rain at some point.
Yeah, because it gets so gosh darn hot. There's only relief. Linda, we are out of time. And Dave is just itching to get to 15,000 more questions. We're all adjusting to this new format. Go to thetrucker.com. Thetrucker.com. We are thrilled to have Linda Garner-Bunch join us. She's the managing editor over there and a real friend of this show and a friend of Dave and I. Linda, thank you so much and promise us you'll come back.
I will, and thank you guys.
Thank you, Linda.